Yes, Turtles in Time, the game from my childhood. Turtles in Time was actually an arcade game that was released in 1991 and then was ported over on the Super NES in 1992. So without further ado, let's just jump into the giant pool of nostalgia and relive my childhood as we play Turtles in Time on the SNES. So right away, we have two options, one player or two players. Obviously, I don't have a second player around. No, I don't have a second player. Now, if we go to the option menu, we can see that there's 4 different modes that we can play. Level normal, hard, or easy. And depending on which mode we actually pick, it tells us how many continues we'll actually have. If we go easy, we'll have 3, normal, 4, hard, 5. Now, in order to get the actual true ending of the game, we're gonna have to play it on hard. Cowabunga! Now, of course, you get to choose between the 4 turtles you want to choose, either Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, or Raphael. Now, I'm more of a Mikey guy personally. I mean, he does represent pretty much how I act in life. But in terms of the game, we're actually gonna play as Leonardo because I think using swords is probably the best way to go about the game. As you can see, the game starts off with April O'Neil broadcasting live. And then, holy shit, it's Krang. He stole the Statue of Liberty. What the hell is Krang gonna do with the Statue of Liberty? Did he need a date to the prom? How is Shredder doing that? Skype is not even invented. Like, how is he face camming them through the TV? So just like all beat 'em up games, the gameplay is pretty straightforward. You have one button to attack and one button to jump. Now, if you jump and attack, he'll do a special move in the air, as well as if you press both buttons together, he'll do a special move. But if you do that, you will lose health within the game, which does suck a lot, but it does come in handy when you do get crowded around. Now, if you hit an enemy, you can actually lunge them toward the screen. This does come in handy during a boss fight later on in the game. Now, if you die, you do get to continue, but like I said before, depending on which setting you're playing on, you only have a limited amount of continues. And once again, you get to choose which turtle you want to be. This time, we're going to go with Donatello. Who's that Pokemon? Squirtle! Now, as you progress through the game, you get pizza, which will restore your health. I mean, if only pizza would work like that in real life, I wouldn't be so fat. I blame you, Turtles. I blame you. And sometimes you have to actually avoid certain booby traps like the giant balls in the stage. But the one thing I enjoyed the most about it is its gameplay. The fun fact, just being able to pick the game up and go and play and take on great bosses like Metalhead. Jesus, I hate this guy. You ever wonder where they get some of these names? Not only do you get normal stages in Turtles in Time, but you also get these great little stages where you get to surf and fight pizza monsters. How many of you guys remember that episode? I swear, I can never look at meatballs on pizza the same again. Obviously, judging by my appearance, that is a lot. But this is one of my favorite stages because I loved this episode so much as a kid. This was one of those episodes that I had on VHS that I just watched over and over again. Also, another thing I liked about the game was the cussing, the Technodrome. It looked so awesome seeing this on the screen as a kid. Fighting through the Technodrome, taking on Mousers and foot soldiers. Like, this was awesome. This was my childhood, people. Like, how you can't get any better than this. Holy shit, it's Toka and Razor from the Secret of the Ooze. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go. Sorry, I got caught up in the moment. Toka and Razor shows up in Turtles in Time. This is amazing. I loved these two as a kid. Yeah, I was sad it wasn't Bebop and Rocksteady, but at the same time, these two were awesome. Remember earlier I mentioned that throwing the foot soldiers into the screen will come up later on in the game? Yeah, this is one of those parts. In order to beat Shredder, you actually have to lunge the foot soldiers at the screen, which was new and unique at the time. It's not really that hard, you just kind of got to figure out the right pattern to do it. Now, you would think once you defeated Shredder, the game was over. You're like, all right, I beat Shredder, yeah. But hell no. But instead, Shredder just traps your ass back in time and sends you in a time warp, and that's where the game really kicks off. Where are you gonna go? Where are you gonna end up? No one knows. It's all a mystery. This was one of the coolest parts of the game as a kid because you never knew where you were going to end up. And I never really questioned, like, how did the foot soldier, like, did Shredder just send everybody back? Like, it was odd, but, you know, the time. You just shove pizza in your mouth and you just continue playing the game. So you end up in the prehistoric age, and you have to fight pterodactyls, foot soldiers, and I don't know how pterodactyls and foot soldiers end up being in the same spot at the same time. Oh my god, those foot soldiers has axe. Shit is going down, people. Once you get to the end of the level, you have to fight Slash, which did appear in the original TMNT show and was one of the most coolest looking characters. He looked like a Ninja Turtle that was just fucked up in the head. I can relate. Once you beat Slash, you get warped to yet again another time period. Where are we gonna end up? It's a mystery. No, we end up on a ship. Whether it's a pirate ship, I'm not entirely sure, but it's a ship. And once again, we are fighting our way through a shitload of foot soldiers all the way up until we meet Bebop and Rocksteady. Oh my god, it's Bebop and Rocksteady, and they're dressed like pirates. Bebop and Rocksteady is like super easy. Just take them on once at a time. And these two will actually end up start fighting each other, which is just hilarious, and end up beating each other. It's crazy that this thing actually happened. What kind of game programming is this? And as we continue on this journey, going back and forth through time, trying to get back to the present to stop Shredder and Krang, we just continue to go on these different type of adventures until we finally reach the final destination of the game. And that is taking on Krang, his army, and whooping that little brain's candy ass all over the Technodrome. If you smell... Got carried away. Krang isn't super hard to beat. Just avoid the stupid little round things on the bottom. Take him out as fast as you can. Whenever Krang shows up, just keep on wailing on that little SOB until finally he's defeated. You think you're done with the game. You think you're about to beat the game. You think the credits are going to roll. It's going to be happy ending. Kumbaya, my lord. Nah, nah, nah. Because now we have to fight Shredder. And not just any Shredder, but Super Shredder. The amount of Secret of the Ooze references going on in this game is unbelievable. Go ninja, go ninja, go, go. I don't know why his hands are doing that, but Shredder's super easy to beat. Just learn his pattern, dodge his little fires and flames, and just hit him whenever you have the opportunity, and he'll easily be defeated. Expected more of a challenge. So once we defeat Shredder, we get a nice little cutscene with the Turtles hauling back the Statue of Liberty, taking away Krang's prom date. And we get to see the Statue of Liberty returned in its natural position in all of its massive glory. With April winking at us and Splinter cheesing like a freak. What was that little kid? Did you guys see that little kid? Like, what? He was just jumping like out of nowhere. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, the credits roll. And that is the end of Turtles in Time. Well, guys, that's my review of Turtles in Time. A fun game to go back and play every now and then. A blast from the past of nostalgia. A look back at my youth at a much happier time. Turtles in Time, ladies and gentlemen. One shell of a game. Until next time, I'm Robert Storms, and that's my opinion.